I've also got a nice healthy little snack from the Netherlands. Stroopwafels. Nom, nom, nom. One of the best things known to man. And one of the few things I'll break my not wanting to eat on stream. Thanks for your great videos. Thank you for that, Dolores. Appreciate it. And Delm, welcome to the channel. Good to have you joining us. In fact, we've got a bunch of people. Flame Falcon and Sammy Merrick, thank you also for the follows. And then Smoke Cats wanted me to drink some tea. I think I did that already. In fact, I'm fairly sure I did. And I would say I would do so now, but my tea's still brewing. Amazing. Going to attack Norway. Because that worked out so well last time. Will the multiplayer be continuing next weekend? Yes, every Saturday. 6 until 10. Central European. I can't stop eating these. These are so dangerous. Stroopwafels, cheese angels, castangels, and bitterballen. Dutch food is good. Incredibly unhealthy, but so good. Best thing known to man is Canadian poutine. Now that is good. I really want to try that. I still haven't had the chance. I really need to go to Canada and just for the poutine, basically. Collins ousted from office. Speaking of Ireland. Somebody in chat was asking about whether they're unified. Michael Collins' time as President of Ireland has finally ended. Collins was credited with a major role in gaining Ireland's independence from Britain and with recovering Northern Ireland during the British Revolution. He held his executive position since then on massive wave of public support, which following Black Monday has seemingly fallen flat. Accusations of vote rigging and voter suppression were rife in the latest election, but even if any tampering occurred, such attempts have failed. Collins has lost to his opponents and resigned into ignominy, with the rest of his party calling fresh elections and returning Ireland to a multi-party democracy. The big fellow has left the stage, but who will now take his place? Maybe you should have paid the tallyman more. Say, how did Greece take those back? Rutrow, Greece is actually pushing out. You need to go and stand here. Why are you here? That doesn't lead to anything. Okay, the Dutch units have arrived. Just in time, apparently. You're welcome. Wow. So how do we go about this? Is Insulindia against the Netherlands too? Yes. So basically we need to hold here until Dutch forces can arrive. I think as long as we hold on to Batavia, we can do this, especially considering how weak these units are. Let's see if we can do some sneakies. Oh, you've actually got full planning potential too. Alright, who's your commander going to be? Blackland again. The hero of Brazil. Let's go. And we're still clearing them up. I think I'm just going to go ahead and attack you to clear that up. You're going to stay in Bulgaria. You're going to continue to assist that German tank. You're getting a ton of experience, which is great. Which you should also be getting some of. Awesome! Borrowing commission is done, so now we can establish the FOA. It has been proposed to form the Verwaltets Forskningsanstalt out of the separate FKA, MFI and Sun research groups to make up the technological branch of our armed forces in order to streamline our research. Seems reasonable. Major hotel strike. After failed negotiations with the unions, a major hotel strike has caused a hotel lockout in Sweden. From Stockholm to Gothenburg to Malmö, you won't find a single hotel which is properly staffed. Striking down at the protesters violently could disperse them, or set off a backlash. While negotiations with them could make the Red parties grow, we could just ignore them, but that might hurt our economy, at least for a while. So let's replay Ordelan and send in the military. We can negotiate with them, or we can ignore them. I don't remember this coming up last time, so I think that this is going to be worthy of a vote. Which is in here. New poll. Make it smaller so I can actually see the options. So send in military, negotiate, or ignore. This is just going to be a 1 minute vote. So what should we do? Shall we send in the military? Should we negotiate with them? Or should we just ignore them? And I'm sure it will go away. Get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. Let me know what you think. You need to have a really good poutine experience, not just any old one. Reuben style poutine, pork belly, sauerkraut and special sauce is amazing. That does sound good. Go to Montreal. They use actual cheese curds and man, it's so good with really good gravy and fries. I went to Montreal. I didn't get any poutine there. I've been to Vancouver, Montreal and Toronto. The city I really want to visit, my next trip to Canada, is Halifax, Nova Scotia. If I hadn't ended up in Sweden, I probably would have ended up in probably Halifax. Despite never having actually been. Okay, so the vote is in. Sending in the military came in last with 8% of the vote. Negotiating second with a very respectable 42%. But finally, we're just going to ignore this. And I'm sure everything will be fine. And Orange Kessler contributed 25,000 channel points. I think I can guess where that went. Wow. Yep. It's funny. Ignore got precisely 2 legitimate votes, more than send in the military. That's hilarious. Alright, well, we're going to ignore this. It'll be fine. Consumer good factory usage 20%. What are you doing to me? So much for trying to build up my industry early. Oh. Okay, it's fine. That was like 2 days. For several months. No, for a day. I don't think it was even 24 hours, in fact. The strike has been going on, hurting our economy and our prestige, but eventually we tired them out. The strikes have ended and things are back to normal. For now. Portugal has joined the Entente. Flexible rails. How are we losing this? Just because of the terrain penalty as well. I don't want to lose Batavia, so we're going to make sure that we don't overexert ourselves. I think it is now time. It is 38. We're already working on you. We could probably do with field hospitals because of manpower situation problems. Excavations when we need more tungsten and steel, and right now we don't. We're fine. I mean, tungsten, sure, soon, but not yet. Turkestan Republic has been annexed. The legend of Gösta Ekman, Sweden's most popular actor and theatre director, passed away at the age of 47 after a period of sickness. In the last 11 years, Ekman was part of no less than 23 productions. Following his funeral train in the streets of Stockholm, over 100,000 people, roughly a fifth of the entire city, watched the coffin pass and mourned the end of the Swedish legend. So in 1938, Stockholm was a city of 500,000. Now it's a city of 900,000, I think. 8 or 900. How can you do a hotel strike anyway if a bunch of people stay here? That's kind of how the place normally operates. No, it's the staff operating the hotel. So no cleaners, no cooks, no bellboys, no janitors. Mordred can get by without hotel workers, right? I mean, I basically did for 2 months, so yes. These guys are really starting to get equipped. I don't like that. Let's attack this guy. He's the least equipped, and there's a river crossing, so we'll get some engineering skill. Alright, so we just finished researching concentrated industry. I think I am going to start doing fuel storage, just so I can start working down the refineries line. Damocles Project. Oh dear, they're attacking. Stop! German spies have recently uncovered the papers of a research and development program sponsored by the members of the Third Internationale. Dubbed the Damocles Project, it is an extensive multi-nation study into the destructive power of nuclear fission with the intent of creating bombs with a destructiveness vastly greater than anything now known. The famous German physicist Albert Einstein has previously warned that a successful nuclear bomb might even be able to turn entire cities into ash. German intelligence agencies have shared the information about this project to their closest allies, so naturally the whole world now knows. Some have dismissed the project as a childish fantasy, but many experts fear a breakthrough. I'm actually going to put you onto last stand. I don't want you actually dying here. Meanwhile, that is a lot of USA forces that are about to get killed. I kind of want in. Plus that's an airbase, which is pretty important. Bulgaria. How's it going over here? Fine. Spain. Also going well. Oh man, these Spanish units are looking rather below strength. Bukhara being annexed. The Serbian... Damn, Bulgaria! And that's all, I think, because we contained Greece. Wow. The Serbian government's gone into exile. The main forces have capitulated to Bulgaria, who is now in control of the home area. The struggles in the Serbian Republic are only a small part of the conflict, and the war between Bulgaria and what remains of the Belgrade Pact continues elsewhere. Prussia of the Balkans, hell yeah. Greece is pushing out, but that's because we just didn't have very many troops down here for a while. Now that we've taken Serbia, and frankly Serbia is the scary one, I don't think that rolling up Romania is going to take very much. So I'm actually going to say let's just keep pushing. These Romanian units are not very strong. And this unit is getting very, very powerful. Actually, you know what? Now that we have more points, let's see if we can actually turn these into artillery. No, I need to make a lot more artillery than I currently do. That can be arranged. Let's do it. Let's also upgrade the guns that we have spare. I was not expecting that Bulgaria front to turn around so quickly. That's really, really good. And there we go, we won this. All because we pressed the last stand button. Now we can recover our organisation. Man, they are really short on equipment. Nice. Pushed them back to the river. Sofia is now definitely safe. Getting into Burgas would be good. Save those 2 units. Let's go ahead and position our units here. Looks like this guy's going to crumble pretty soon. There goes Greece. What the hell? Oh, it was a naval invasion, I bet. How did you do that? Because these guys are still here defending this. I wonder if Bulgaria survives a certain amount of time if they just start capitulating. Yeah, I think that's it. So Romania has signed a peace deal. And Bulgaria survived. With a demilitarized zone between Greece. Serbia has been massively cut back in size. Romania doesn't seem to have lost anything. Katie Cat wants me to drink some tea. I think I can do that. Cheers. That definitely felt like it was event driven. Bulgaria survives a certain amount of time, it wins. Cool. Hey, the Dutch are here. Never fear, the cyclists are here. Alright, time to push out. And in fact, I think you can even get a field marshal now. Yes. Unless I want to send you to America. No, you're a defensive guy. You're going to be perfect for this location. Cool. Right, so my alarm just went off, which means I need to go and grab my laundry. So I will be back again. We're going to do another 10-minute break. So 10 minutes, everyone, and we shall resume. Back soon. Okay, I'm back again. So, kind of disappointing. I have 2 loads in the laundry at the moment. One which is my coloured stuff, which is the majority of my clothing. And then the other one which is like towels and sheets. And the coloured stuff, fine. Towels and sheets though had somehow managed to compress themselves completely to each other in the dryer. And they were just still soaking wet. Because all they've done is just tumbled around in this big blob. Surrounded by the towels, which just absorbed all of the moisture, and it was still just soaking wet. So I've had to put the towels in for another cycle. Thankfully I have 3 hours in the laundry instead of the 2 that I used to have in the hotel. So I have the opportunity and the time to do this. Ah, the towel sheet blob of doom, indeed. So that's back in. Anyway, oh yeah, we actually won this. So does Bulgaria gain anything from this, I wonder? Probably. I was kind of hoping that we would get a greater Bulgaria after all of this, but I'm guessing they get the hegemon of the Balkans now. Fourth Balkan War has ended. Republic doesn't exist, or Serbia is a subject. Yeah, so they can join the Reichspakt, they get an alliance with Russia or with Austria. Remove the waning hegemony. Reclaim Western Thrace from the Ottomans, I guess. Nish Macedonia, Dobruja. War reparations, which gives them a bunch of bonuses. Ships once controlled by the Greeks will be seized and repurposed. This includes 8 destroyers and 4 submarines. Interesting. Okay. Production efficiency plus 10, escort efficiency plus 25. Wow. None too shabby. How's the new place? The new place is awesome. It's really, really nice. Okay, so Union. You have once again refused to move, so let's get you moving. Now that the Dutch have arrived, we're actually pushing out of Batavia, which is good. You're welcome. Keeping that secured for you guys. FOA has been established, so we now get our 4th research slot, which is rather good. So we could get Excavation 1 so we can get access to the tungsten. Let's go ahead and do that. Nicaragua has joined the Revolutionary Front. And now I just need to wait for these guys to stop attacking so that I can attack and finish them off. Bulgarian volunteers have returned home. Are they going to stop? Yes, my turn. And we start to kill them off, and as they die, we should have more and more luck in actually killing these guys and should earn us a ton of experience. Bulgaria has joined the Donau-Adria-Bund. They did not join the Reichspakt, they joined Austria. Metaxas overthrows the Greek government, with Greece having been thrown into massive chaos following their loss in the Balkan War against Bulgaria, the democratic government refusing to step down. Former General Iohannis Metaxas stepped in today with a large group of army supporters and overthrew the government in a planned coup. Fighting in Athens is reported between Metaxas' soldiers and syndicalist groups loyal to Nikolaos Sakaridis, who Metaxas claims was close to overthrowing the government himself, and steps were required to maintain order. Syndicalists have vowed to fight back against the dictatorship, but for now it appears that Metaxas is in full control. Green. 3. Norway supports the Swedish Union, so last time this is what we pressed. This time we're going to do the diplomatic protest. So we start suffering industrial sabotage. The syndicalist government of Norway has recently begun to support Swedish trade unions with funds, advisors, and most worryingly, weapons. Labour unrest has increased and the syndicalist seems to be gaining confidence. 2, 1, done. You're welcome, team. Oh, you can get Improv Expert. Heck yeah. Because you got Winter Specialist and Trickster already. Sweet. Right. I kind of feel like we should now focus our efforts against the CSA. Because the USA have been weakened, but what we don't want to have happen is for most of the United States' stuff to go to the CSA, which right now the good bit would. Sorry, Virginia. So let's see if we can drive a wedge. And we can get a new focus, so we can get the Trelleborg's Gummifabrik, which would resolve some of our fuel issues, which would allow me to start training some more of my other units. And then I think we start working on the conservative bit. And I would say wait on the oil shale. So... Nah, let's do them. Let's just do the whole industrial line. Trelleborg produces rubber products of all kinds, boots and tyres for cars and bikes. It can be very beneficial to support them. Their expertise may well help us in the upcoming conflict or enhance our economy. It'll produce fuel and rubber, which will definitely be helpful. Meanwhile, Dutch... Oh, heck yeah. Wow, that's a fight back and a half. Don't mess with the Dutch. And their Swedish buddies, clearly. Fuel storage complete. So now we could start working on refineries and synthetics, and seeing as we actually are going to have some synthetic refineries, it might well be worth getting those. Before we do this though, we should be at 1938, so let's make sure we have the most advanced equipment before we do any of that stuff. We can also deploy more of our troops, which I think we should do. Also very nearly out of manpower. And we can get another political advisor. So I'm thinking probably the mixed economy. Production efficiency cap going up is nice. And then the consumer goods factories just means that we build even more stuff as the factories come online. What's needed for war economy? Being at war, obviously. Vikings on bicycles, a terrifying prospect. I said hello, Katie. I'm not used to waking up and seeing me streaming. New time zone. Right, Spanish, right, Spain. I'll come back to you in a bit. You're going to continue destroying that. Oh, Batavia itself is under threat. I do not want to see that fall. And then, of course, Backlund falls ill. Alright, let's replace you with Edholm. Okay, reinforcements arrived. We're good. We're good. And now those guys are surrounded. And we have somebody attacking into them, so even if they do win this fight for Batavia, they won't be able to move into it. Okay, so we have a 100% bonus on improved computing machine, which is 2 years ahead of time, but we'll finish it in less than a year. So that basically means that April 39, we will have 1940 research speed. Japan announces her ambitions. Though the situation in Japan has been critical ever since the peace with honour, the numerous economic crises, unrest and an ineffective response to German interventions in China, leading to the collapse of the autocratic Tanaka regime, the Empire of the Rising Sun managed to bounce back, albeit only as a regional power with its influence limited to Southeast Asia. Off you go. If you attack from here, you're already across the river.